Okay, so we're going to work on, actually now it's afternoon. Good afternoon. So area of a circle. Okay, so area square. So remember that's going to be the area all the way inside. All that space inside. It's 2 dimensions. So the area inside the circle. So our formula is area of the circle. Radius is what we need. Pi r squared, fill in the circle. Okay, so we got this, everybody. So it says find the area. Okay, so we're going to do area. I'm going to use the formula. Area is equal to pi. Remember, we're using 3 and 1400ths for pi for all of these. Okay, so just remember that. So we have it's going to be equal to 12. That's the radius squared. Okay, 12 squared, 12 times 12 is 144 times our 3 and 1400ths. So the area is equal to approximately 452 and 39 meters squared. Okay, if we have the diameter, then we're going to have, so diameter is going all the way across. Okay, so I need to take half. Half of 18, or think of half of $18, everybody, is 9. So the radius is 9. Just remember, everybody, radius is area of a circle. Radius is what you need. So we need radius. I'm going to substitute it in. 9 squared, or 9 times 9 is 81, times 3 and 1400ths. So the area is going to be approximately 254 and 47 inches squared. Okay, so again for this one we have the radius. So area is equal to pi r squared. So it's going to be pi times 2 and 8/10 squared. 2 and 8/10 times 2 and 8/10 is 7 and 8400ths times 3 and 1400ths. So area is approximately 24 and 6,300 feet squared. Okay, same for this one. Diameter. Think of money. Half of $35 is 17 5/10. So area is going to be equal to pi r squared. It's going to be pi 17 5/10 squared. So 17 and 5/10 times 17 and 5 squared is 306 and 2500ths times pi. We're going to substitute in our 3 and 1400ths. So substitute that in. So the area is approximately 962 and 11/10 kilometers squared. Okay, so for this one, so area, let's keep working on area. Okay, so this one, it says find the radius of a circle with the area. So they give us the area. So remember, area is equal to pi r squared. So I'm going to substitute in the area. I'm going to use 3 and 1400ths times the radius squared. Okay, so I just divide 3 and 1400ths by each side. Okay, and we get that it's approximately 121. We have the radius squared, everybody. Remember, it's just like with Pythagorean theorem. We have to take the square root because we're solving for radius, not radius squared. So the radius is going to be equal to 11. So 11 inches. Okay, so this one, it wants us to find diameter of the circle. with the area. So we're going to have to find the radius first. So remember, area is equal to pi r squared. I'm going to substitute it in. So 615/75 times pi. I divide each side. Remember, I would use Decimal Scientific with this. So we get, it's going to be approximately 196. Take the square root of 196, and we get 14, but that's not the diameter. Okay, so diameter, we're going to have to multiply that by 2. So 14 times 2, so 28. Okay, so remember we have to multiply it by 2. Let's do one more example. So this one, so they give us 90 25/100 times pi is equal to pi times the radius squared. I'm going to divide each side by pi. Pi divided by pi is 1. So we get 90 25/100 is equal to the radius squared. I'm going to take the square root. So I get a radius is equal to 9 5/10 for the diameter. Okay, remember that's going to be 9 5/10 times 2. So we have to double it. So we get that that's going to be 19 meters. Okay, what if they give us, says find the area with their circumference, okay? So what that means, so remember circumference is equal to pi times d. So 26 times pi is equal to pi times d. So 26, so I take each side, divide each side by pi. So that means that the diameter is 26. Divide that by 2 for the radius, and we get 13. Okay, now I can find the area. Remember, area is equal to pi r squared. So I'm just going to substitute that in. So 3 14/100 times 13 squared. And we get that the area is equal to, it's going to be equal to approximately 530 93 feet squared. Okay, what if they give us the area and they want us to find the circumference? So now we're going the other way. So, okay, so they give us that it's 298 pi. Remember that it's pi r squared. You guessed it, we're going to take and we're going to divide each side by pi. Okay, so now we get radius squared is equal to 298. We take the square root of that. I take the square root of each one. We get a radius is equal to 17. Diameter is going to be equal to 17 times 2. So that's going to be 34. Okay, now I can find circumference. Remember, circumference is equal to pi times d. So 3 14/100 times 17. So the circumference is going to be equal to approximately 106 81 millimeters. Okay, everybody, you got this.